Okay, we can turn that off, that machine. तो इसमें ना वो भी रहेगा, मेरा चार्जर रहेगा, लैपटॉप सामने रहेगा। और ये सब लोग हॉलीडे सीजन में चल रहे हैं। तो तुलसी बोलो, अपने जीवन में कोई हॉलीडे नहीं होता ब्रो। सेम थिंग कंटिन्यूस कर। Should we start class and do kirtan later when other devotees join? है ना? ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरू श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्ता राधाकान्त नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यईश्वरं। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपासरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। जयतो श्रुतो पङ्गो मम मन्दामतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्वपदाम्भोजौ राधा मदनमोहनौ। दिव्यावृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमादा श्रीमद्रत्नाकरसिंहासनस्थो श्रीमद्राधाशीलगोविन्ददेवौ प्रेष्ठालिभिसेव्यमानौ स्मरामि। श्रीमन्रासरसारम्भी वंशी वटततस्थिता कर्षणवेणुसुनिर्गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रीष्टुना। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा। जय द्वैता चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा। Rupa Goswami replied, Sanatana has now been arrested by the government of Hussein Shah. If you kindly save him, he can be liberated from the entanglement. So we are continuing our discussion on there is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu was requested by the Krishna Das, the Brahmana, Sanodyan Brahmana from Mathura, and um, um, personal servant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Vallabhata Bhattacharya. All three of them, they requested Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to leave Akrura Tirtha and to go to Prayag to attend the Magh Mela on the bank of Mother Ganga. And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Prayag, and when he came to Prayag, that's where at that point of time Rupa Goswami and Anupam, we discussed last time the story of the travel of Rupa Goswami and Anupam, from how they divided their property, and then he gave the money, he kept it with Jamindar, with a businessman, with a shopkeeper, um, the a good amount of money for the release of Sanatan Goswami. Then how the Nawab Hussain Shah, he came and he arrested Sanatan Goswami, and Sanatan Goswami was arrested. In the meantime, Rupa Goswami and Anupam, they sent a messenger to um, um, to Bengal to see what is the news of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then the messenger came back, and messenger told Sri Rupa Goswami that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has already departed for Vrindavan. Right then, Rupa and Anupam, they started traveling towards Vrindavan. And when they reached Prayag, that's when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was coming back from Vrindavan to Prayag. And then Rupa Goswami and Anupam, they saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu amidst a huge crowd, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was requesting everyone to chant the name of Hari Hari. And after that, one Brahmana, he requested or he invited Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his home. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went with that Brahmana to his home for lunch prasad. And that's when Rupa Goswami and Anupam, they also sneaked behind, and they also reached to the place of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then they were very far, and they paid their full dandavas pranams to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was with the Brahmana, along with the Sanodian Brahmana Kala Krishnadas Balabhadra Bhattacharya and his servant. And and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very, very pleased. So he called for Rupa Goswami and Anupam. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told both of them that it is the great mercy of Lord Krishna that you have been saved from this hellish condition of material existence. At that time, there was this conversation, and um, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Rupa and Sanatan Goswami that what is the news about Sanatan? And Rupa Goswami and Anupam, they said that Sanatan Goswami has been arrested by Nawab Hussain Shah. So we request your blessings for his so that he can be freed. That time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied that Sanatan Goswami is already freed from there. That also shows that how Mahaprabhu, even what Rupa Goswami and whatever Rupa Goswami and Anupam doesn't know, Mahaprabhu knows everything. And now we come to this verse. Rupa Goswami replied, Sanatan has now been arrested. Rupa Goswami said, this is just before that we saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asking the news of Sanatan. Rupa Goswami replied, Sanatan has now been arrested by the government of Hussein Shah. If you kindly save him, he can be liberated from the entanglement. And it's interesting how Sanatan Goswami said that Rupa Goswami left, but Sanatan Goswami said, I cannot leave because I am bound by the intense affection of Nawab Hussain Shah. And there Srila Prabhupada says that how the intense affection actually binds us. Today, one Western Mataji came, and she said, I mean, it was very nice. She's a very good girl, and she said, for a few months I have been talking to one Bengali Prabhu, and I am thinking to marry him. Do you think the marriage will work out? I said, I'm not an expert in this subject matter. Better you ask, do you know any pure devotees? Do you know Kalakanta Prabhu? Can you ask him? Can you ask? So I was just giving her guidance. Ask somebody who has experience. I don't know if West and East culture they match. So she said she has talked to couple of pure devotees, and they um, kind of were not very favorable. Kind of, I said, well, Krishna is sitting in their heart. I can tell you how to get rid of that attachment. She said, no, I don't want to get rid of that attachment. So I was thinking, Krishna, please save me. So the nature of this word is any affection, it actually binds us. And then the nature of the affection in this material world is binds us in such a way that we don't even want to get released from that affection. So Sanatana Goswami said, I am bound by the affection of Nawab Hussain Shah. Um, and one, if he becomes angry with me, then I can escape. And that's what he acted in such a way that now Hussain Shah became angry. He just stayed there and now what are you doing? He said, I am sick, you're not sick, you're reading Bhagavatam. Come and join. He said, no, I cannot work for you at all anymore. Hussain became angry. He said, you are my brother and you are doing this like this to me. He said, sorry, I cannot work for you anymore. Became angry. So Sanatana Goswami felt like liberated. And then finally, by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So here Rupa Goswami replied that Sanatan has been arrested by the government of Hussain Shah. If you kindly save him, he can be liberated from the entanglement. Okay, so because we had a long trip, 2 weeks break, so I thought just summarizing where we were last week. In fact, with you.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately replied, Sanatana has already been released from his confinement and he will very soon meet with you.
So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also knows that when and where he is going to meet. Very soon he will meet. And when he will meet, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will give teachings to Rupa Goswami. That will be covered in this entire chapter. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave instruction to Rupa Goswami and Anupam, go to Vrindavan. And he gave instruction to excavate and write books like that. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will go to Varanasi. And there he meets Sanatana Goswami. And then there are many chapters. Rupa Goswami in teachings, 7 days. Sanatana Goswami, 2 months. So many more chapters on just teaching with to Sanatana Goswami. Okay. So Mahaprabhu said he has already been released and very soon he will meet me. So that also shows that Mahaprabhu is orchestrating his pastimes. He's not going through it. He's orchestrating past, present, future. Yes, Prabhuji.
Brahmana requested Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to accept his life. Goswami also remained there that day.
Mhm. So in the meantime, Brahmana said, sir, lunch is getting late. First eat. And okay, one of you. Hmm. So he invited two brothers, which is Rup and Sanatan. You also please take. And then whatever Mahaprabhu ate, that the remnants was also offered to Rupa Goswami and Anupam. So there is a place called Prayag where three rivers meet. That's why it's called Triveni, three rivers, but only two are visible, Ganga and Yamuna. And then Mahaprabhu stayed near to Prayag. And Rup and Anupam, whose name became Sri Vallabha, Rupa Goswami and Sri Vallabha, they resided near the Lord's residence. At that time, Sri Vallabha Bhatta was staying at Adaila Gram. And when he heard that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had arrived, he went to his place to see him. Vallabha Bhatta was a great learned scholar of Vaishnavism. In the beginning, he was very much devoted to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But since he thought that he could not receive proper respect from him, he later joined the Vishnu Swami sect and became the Acharya of that sect. His sect is celebrated as the Vallabhacharya Sampradaya. This Sampradaya has had great influence in Vrindavan near Gokul and in Bombay. So, you know Vallabha Bhatta? Very famous. Vallabhacharya. Vallabhacharya. Vallabhacharya, Pushti Mark, like, Manohar Go, not Madan, that line, Pushti Mark. So the main Acharya, recent main Acharya, just like for Brahma Gaudiya, the recent Acharya Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. For Pushti Mark, recent Acharya is Vallabhacharya. Their followers also call him Mahaprabhu also. They say Vallabhacharya Mahaprabhu. Many times they write Shri Mahaprabhu Baitak. So I went and I heard Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This one is Vallabhacharya Mahaprabhu. Okay. So they are there. What else about Vallabhacharya? Our two brothers, Kanaya Krishna Prabhu and what's his other brother name? Manmohan Prabhu. Their family from Pushti Marg. So their mother they had Laddu Gopal, they was in Laddu Gopal, but they both took an exit from there and came to Guru Maharaj shelter. So Vallabhacharya is very, very prominent. And if you go to Gokul, have you been to Gokul? You've been to Gokul. You've been to Gokul. You've also not been to Gokul. So Gokul, there are two. There is Nanda Betak, where Maharaj house is there. One of them belongs to Vallabhacharya. One of them is the original. Vallabhacharya has great influence. Everywhere he spoke Bhagavatam, he went. Many, many followers. Like he also has thousands of followers, Vallabhacharya. So he was living in Adaila Gram, and he came to the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had come to Prayag. So he wanted to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so he went there. Vallabhacharya also has written many books, has his own commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam and other books also. And he also performed many miracles. Later on, I mean, right now, he will be a little bit chastised and he was a little proud. But later on, Mahaprabhu rectified him and gave him pure devotion. And after becoming pure devotee, then he joined the Pushti Marg or Nimbarkacharya or Vishnu Swami sect. And then he became the prominent Acharya and then he goes in that line.
Might be Krishna Mahaprabhu did not do this because pride.
Proud here. And we will see how he was proud. He was like, very devoted Brahman. So that Brahmanical pride, type of Brahman devotee, like rules and regulations. And then he would, at that time also, during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's presence, he would write commentary on Bhagavatam. And he would think that his commentary is better than Vishnu Swami. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chastised him that the Goswamis and the Acharyas are correct. But he would think that he can write better commentary from them also. So little pride was there. What else about him? Good. Any question? Vallabhacharya. Okay. Okay. Yes, please.
Vallabha Bhattacharya after Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his obeisances, and the Lord embraced him. After that, they discussed topics about Krishna for some time.
So initial meeting of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Vallabhacharya was of loving affection. They embraced him. Huh? But later on, he chastises him. That's how our initially love is shown, and later on, it's like so Mahaprabhu initially embraced him with great loving affection. They discussed topic about Krishna for some time. That's why Vallabhacharya, when he actually later on he went to um, Bengal to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then then Mahaprabhu didn't treat him very well. So he was thinking when the Lord came, that comes in Antya Leela. He was thinking when Lord came to Prayag, he gave me so much love and affection. And now Lord is neglecting me. They get very much concerned. Yes, Sundar Gopal.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, do it ecstatic love when they began discussing Krishna. But the Lord checked his feelings because he felt shy before Vallabha.
And this is also very nice that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, among his among his internal associates, Mahaprabhu would not check his feelings. But because Vallabha Bhatta was not on that stage, Mahaprabhu checked his feelings. So he felt shy that he doesn't want to show his inner mood in front of Vallabha Bhatta. Yeah, so Mataji, Sri Vallabha, there are two Vallabhas here. One is Rupa Goswami, brother is also Vallabha Bhatta. Then this is when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, last week we discussed Rupa Goswami and Anupam, they escaped and they came to uh, Prayag. And Mahaprabhu left Vrindavan and he came to Prayag, and that's where the meeting. Then a Brahmana invited Lord Chaitanya. Then Rupa Goswami and Anupam, who is Vallabha, after Mahaprabhu gave him the name Vallabha. So they both went to the Brahmana's house, and Mahaprabhu asked him, what is the news of Sanatan? And they said, Sanatan, please pray for him, bless him. Then Mahaprabhu said, he is already released. Hare Krishna. Already released. At that time, there is another Vallabha who was Vallabha Bhatta. And he was living in Adaila Gram, which is little far away from Prayag. And he came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to Prayag. He wanted to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he went to Prayag to meet Lord Chaitanya. And this Vallabha Bhatta later on became Vallabhacharya. Vallabhacharya is the Acharya for Pushti Mark. I was telling like how Manmohan Prabhu and Krishna Kanhaiya Prabhu, their family belongs to Pushti Mark. They have great influence in Bombay, in like most of the Gujaratis, Pushti Mark. Their Acharya is Vallabhacharya. And in Gokul also Vallabhacharya has a great influence. Well, he became purified by Mahaprabhu's mercy. And then he joined Vishnu Swami sect. You heard about Srinath ji? So Srinath ji was found by say again? No, your first letter is correct. You said Madhvacharya and Madhvendra Puri. That's why I'm saying your first letters are correct. But later on some change. Madhvendra Puri, hai na? He found it at the top of Govardhan, and then he went to get Chandan from Jagannath Puri. And then, huh? Srinathji, Gopal Srinathji, on the top of Govardhan, where we don't go. So now that Srinathji is in Srinath Dwar, and that is under the care of Vallabhacharya. Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, they gave that deity because Madhavendra Puri departed. Then Rupa and Sanatan Goswami, they gave that deity to Vithaleshwar. Vithaleshwar was the son of Vallabha Bhatta. And from there, the deity went into this different, not in Brahma Gaudiya Sampradaya. I think it was a long break, so everyone is still on a break mode. Thinking what is going on in this world, what is going on Charitamrita. We are meeting after 3 weeks, right? 4 weeks maybe. 4 weeks, because 1 week I was not there. Like, yeah, 3 weeks. And then Gita Jayanti was there. And then the third week. We're trying to gather the discussion back on track. So everyone is together? Clear? Vallabha Bhatta, Vallabhacharya. And good. Okay. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Vallabha Bhatta came, Mahaprabhu showed him love, embraced him, discussed about Krishna. When Mahaprabhu discussed about Krishna, Mahaprabhu went in great ecstasy. But then he was trying to check his feeling in front of Vallabha Bhatta because he was not on that state. We'll do Kirtan at the end because we were alone, so we thought, oh, let's start discussion. Once you go to his journey, we can do Kirtan. Who is, I think, yes, Smita Krishna Prabhu, you can read.
Although the Lord restrained himself externally, ecstatic love raged within. There was no checking that. Vallabha Bhatta was astonished to detect this.
Some great love Mahaprabhu as he was hearing about Krishna and Mahaprabhu was trying to control himself. And Vallabha noticed, he's like, what a great personality. So he noticed that Mahaprabhu is very, he doesn't know he is the Supreme Personality of God, but he thought like great personality like that. So he was astonished to see that, to detect this. Another instance where somebody was astonished to detect Mahaprabhu's ecstasy was astonished to detect Mahaprabhu's ecstasy. Huh? Sarvabhattacharya. He was astonished. When Mahaprabhu fainted, then he's like, he has all the symptoms of ecstasy. Must be a Mahapurusha. Yes. Prabhuji. You did? Not at it. Yeah.
Thereafter, Vallabhbhata united Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from life and the Lord introduced the brothers Rupa and Vallabha.
It's very interesting the characteristics of Rupa and Vallabha we will see. So Vallabha Bhatt and Vallabha are different. Okay. This is Sri Vallabha and Vallabha Bhatt. So then Mahaprabhu also told then Vallabha Bhatt, please come to my home for lunch. So where is Mahaprabhu taking lunch now? No, right now. In the house of a Brahmana in Prayag. Then Vallabha Bhatta will take after this lunch. Vallabha Bhatta will take Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and their associate through a boat to Adaila Gram. And there he will feed lunch and then bring them back. So they're already taking lunch. So he invited, please come at my home and take lunch also. Clear that? And then Mahaprabhu said, this is Rupa and Vallabha. He introduced Vallabha Bhatt to Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami and they're like very attached. So it's actually this Rupa Goswami. Vallabhacharya also great, but he was a little proud. But Rupa Goswami position is very high. So introduced. Yes.
So,
कोणत्या सेलिब्रिटीचा घर बघितलं
Malibu Beach. आणि Half Moon
So what did Rupa Goswami and Anupam Shri Vallabha do? He introduced them. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, this is Rupa and this is Vallabha. And Vallabha Bhatta is sitting on the same seat as Lord Chaitanya. They were discussing. And then Mahaprabhu told him that this is Rupa and this is, naturally they were there. He introduced them. And what did Rupa and Vallabha do? From far they offered obeisances to Vallabha Bhatta with great humility. Amazing, right? This shows the natural characteristics of Rupa Goswami. Yes, ma'am.
When Vallabha Bhattacharya walked towards them, they ran away to a more distant place. Rupa Goswami said, I am untouchable and most sinful. Please do not touch me.
कोई समझ सकता है इसको? मेरी समझ के तो बाहर है. Vallabha Bhatt became very happy seeing the humility of Rupa Goswami. So he went to embrace Rupa Goswami. And Rupa Goswami ran away. He said, please don't touch me. ये हम लोग समझ नहीं सकते. This is beyond our scope. He said, I am untouchable and most sinful. Please do not touch me. It was Vallabha Bhatta. What will be Mahaprabhu's reaction to that? Mahaprabhu knows what is the position of Rupa Goswami. And Mahaprabhu knows what is not Vallabha Bhatta. He is proud man. And he is running away saying, I am untouchable. I am very sinful. So what will be the response of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? What do you think? We will see. So Vallabha Bhattacharya was like, actually, he hasn't seen such humility. Rupa Goswami was showing. So he was very surprised by Rupa Goswami's natural humility. Then Mahaprabhu spoke about Rupa Goswami. He spoke to him this description of Rupa. Then Mahaprabhu introduced, he said, this is Rupa and this is Anupam or Vallabha. Now Mahaprabhu said something more about Rupa Goswami and Vallabha. After seeing the surprise of Vallabha Bhatta, he was very surprised. Yes.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, don't touch him, for he belongs to the Lord. You have to follow the Vedic principles and the well explained purport of very ethically. You also belongs to the astro.
इतने जूता मारा चिंतन महाप्रभु बोला आप तो बड़े एरिस्टोक्रेटिक लोग हैं आपको तो वैदिक प्रिंसिपल सब पता है ये तो नीचे गिरे हुए लोग हैं कुछ छुओ मत this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling to Vallabha Bhatt. That's what he wanted to hear. That's what he felt about himself. That I am a great personality. So Mahaprabhu, and then Mahaprabhu is telling ये तो छूत लोग हैं. Don't touch him, for he belongs to a very low caste. Yes, sir, continue.
Because it belongs to the astro. Actually, Rupa Goswami not belongs to the lower caste. He was from the highly ascetic family, but due to his association with a Muslim Nawaz, he was considered fallen and was excommunicated in the Brahmanic society. However, due to his advanced devotion service, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted him as a Goswami.
Mahaprabhu accepted him as Rupa Goswami, and he was from a very aristocratic Saraswat Brahman family. Rupa Goswami and Anupa and Vallabha is their new name. What else do you feel from this verse? What other thoughts come to your mind from this verse? Any feelings from this verse? Mahaprabhu's reply about description of Rupa and Anupam. Hare Krishna. Feel like after ages I am seeing the faces of already going. Very long time. So what is your feeling about hearing from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's this? He spoke this. Actually, Mahaprabhu does not speak bad about anybody. We discuss about Amogha, who was very envious. Amogha, the son-in-law of Sabha Bhattacharya. And there also, Mahaprabhu said whatever Amogha is saying is right. So Mahaprabhu never said anything. He belongs to a very low caste. Have you seen any time Mahaprabhu speaking like that for anybody? Doesn't see fault in anybody. But actually, when there is very pure love for somebody, na, then you can claim the person, you can say anything about that other person. For example, I have seen a wife or a husband, they say about their partner, Prabhuji, we both are very fallen souls. That's actually affection. Like, you claim the other person and you can say, like, I told Ashil Gopal Prabhu, he's a great Vaishnava. I told Prabhu, your kids are great, Prabhu, 16 mala kar rahe hain. And then he said, नहीं प्रभु हम चारों एक जैसे ही है मतलब उनके भाव में कि हम चारों गिरे हुए लोग हैं. That's what he said. So it's like when you love somebody and you can claim the other person is very fallen. You understand? But you cannot say a common man. But the one whom you claim with love, you can say he's also very degraded soul. Because that much confidence you have in that relationship, then you can say that. This also shows that although Mahaprabhu has met Rupa Goswami only 2 times, Mahaprabhu had such intense amount of love for Sri Rupa Goswami. And this time, Mahaprabhu will reveal everything to Rupa Goswami. Later on, when Rupa Goswami went to Bengal, went to Puri, and he spoke about what he was writing to Ramananda Roy and Saru Damodar Goswami. Then Ramananda Roy, Saru Damodar Goswami said, such words cannot come out from ordinary men. They must have received your mercy, otherwise such words are impossible. Such description of Krishna. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, yes, when I met them in Prayag and Ramkeli, I gave them my full mercy. This is how Mahaprabhu loved Rupa Goswami. He said, they belong to very low caste. You are aristocratic. This is like love for Rupa Goswami. And also he is puffing up Vallabha Bhatta. Clear? Any discussion? Any question? Naresh Prabhu, are we together in the discussion? Okay. So, who read? Mataji, you read it. Or you can start. Oh, I can start this. Hearing the holy name constantly vibrated by the two brothers, Vallabha Bhatta could understand the hints of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. वो बोले बहुत गिरे हुए लोग हैं आपके काबिल नहीं है and they are constantly chanting the holy name of Krishna. Both Rupa Goswami and Anupam. So Vallabha Bhatt understood कि यार ये constantly भगवान का नाम ले रहे हैं. They constantly chanting. And they cannot be गिरे हुए लोग नहीं हो सकते ये. So he got a hint that maybe Mahaprabhu is trying to do the operation and he's telling you are aristocratic person. They don't belong to aristocratic like you. Perform Vedic sacrifice. You are Brahmana. You are great Vaishnava. They are very low caste. So he's getting a hint of what Mahaprabhu is trying to say. So beautiful.
Since these two are constantly chanting the holy name of Krishna, how can they be untouchable? On the contrary, they are most exalted.
So all about A Dhuni Adama Nahe higher Sarvotama. They're not Adhama. Adhama means lower. Uttama means higher. Adhama means lower. So Vallabha Bhatta said they cannot be Adhama. They are Sarvotama. They're not Uttama. They're Sarvotama. They are most exalted personality. Actually, when you those who are proud now, they are happy if they are happy to glorify somebody else when they are glorified. But when you touch them, then the real thing comes out. Understood? Understood? Those who are proud, if you glorify them, they glorify. Oh, you are great, he is great, everybody is great. But if you touch them, because just now Mahaprabhu said you are aristocratic, so he is happy saying that they are all Sarvotama. But internally he is proud. And that Mahaprabhu is sensing and Mahaprabhu is hinting also. But later on, Mahaprabhu does the real operation to Vallabha Bhatta. And he was like totally frustrated actually. But this comes in Ante Leela. This time Mahaprabhu only encouraged him. Yes. You read? You read? Not yet. Vamsi has yeah. Continue.
Vallabha Bhattacharya then recited the following words. My dear Lord, one who always keeps your holy name on his tongue becomes greater than an initiated Brahman, although he may be born in a family of dog eaters, and may therefore, by material calculation, be the lowest among men. He is still glorious. This is the wonderful effect of chanting the holy name of the Lord. It is therefore concluded that one who chants the holy name of Lord should be understood to have performed all kinds of austerities and great sacrifices mentioned in the Vedas. He has already taken his bath in all the holy places of pilgrimage. He has studied all the Vedas and he is actually an Acharya.
Arya. So you all know who spoke one of the very famous verses of Bhagavatam. You all know who spoke this verse to whom? Really? Nobody knows. Krishna spoke. No, you all know. Huh? Ah, Kunti Devi. No, not Kunti Devi. Um, Kapila Muni's mother, Devahuti. Devahuti said to Lord Kapila that my Lord, anybody who chants your holy name, they must have taken bath in all the holy places, performed all the Vedic rituals, um, and they are already Brahmanas. Even a dog eater, if he takes the holy name of the Lord, immediately become Brahminical and become qualified to perform the Brahminical activities. Like we may not be very good in the past, but now we do some Brahminical quality. Like most of you have deities. So this is Brahminical activity where you serve the deities of the Lord. But we may not be great people in the past, but we are still doing it. So even though we may be in a family of dog eater, I mean, I don't think we're a family of dog eater, but even if we are, by chanting the holy name, we get that qualification. The qualification is not ours. It's the Lord has given us the mercy so that we can do that. The Lord, through the medium of mercy of Sri Guru, has given us the mercy. So, what else do you think about this verse? From this verse, what can you think about Vallabha Bhatta? Ah, he knows the Shastra. He can, and this is spoken in Sanskrit. He can pick a verse by seeing their chanting. He can pick a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam and immediately go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying that no, they are actually great personality, they are Sarvottama. This also shows that when there is a lot of knowledge, knowledge without humility is like won't help. Won't help. Today I was listening to Srila Prabhupada, and Prabhupada was mentioning about faith. And Prabhupada says where the faith is the beginning of Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada said, if if you don't have faith, even if you have knowledge, it's not gonna help you. But if you have faith, even if you have no knowledge, you can attain perfection. Understood? If you don't have faith, even if you have complete knowledge, it's useless. Example is so many professors. They don't have faith, but they have knowledge. But if you don't have any knowledge, but if you have faith, you can attain perfection. But I was telling about the importance of having faith more than anything else. And if you have, so here he's telling he's reciting everything full knows, but then he has feeling of pride.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very pleased to hear Vallabha quoting from Shastra about the position of a devotee. The Lord praised him personally and feeling ecstatic love of Godhead. He's going to quote many verses from Shastra.
Mahaprabhu was very happy because he is glorifying the holy name. By holy name, even a dog eater becomes qualified. Mahaprabhu like, wow, this is amazing. He praised him. And this also shows that even if the person has many bad qualities, Lord Chaitanya and Mahaprabhu knows that. And that's why he is telling, the lower class view are just getting Brahmana. Still, if there is any good quality, Mahaprabhu is appreciating that. Correct, right? Even if others are full of bad quality, he said something that was very pleasing. Mahaprabhu said, Mahaprabhu personally praised him. Mahaprabhu amazing. Not like one bad quality keep in the mind and you just focus on that. You just praise him. Yes, Nandan Gopal Prabhu.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, a person who has the pure characteristics of Brahmana due to devotional service, which is like a blazing fire burning to ashes, all the sinful reactions of past life is certainly saved from the consequences of sinful acts, such as taking birth in lower family, even though he may be born in the family of non-leaders. He is recognized by learned scholars. But although a person may be a learned scholar in the Vedic knowledge, he is not recognized if he is not atheist.
So it's about faith actually. He may be learned in Vedic knowledge, but if he is not recognized means does not, then he is an atheist. If he is an atheist, but he has Vedic knowledge, it's of not much use. And if one takes up the devotional service, then all the sinful reactions, they burn like they get burned to ashes. Devotional service act like a blazing fire that can burn to ashes all the sinful reactions of past lives. And consequently, a person who perform devotional service can be saved from those consequences of past sinful acts. Yes, pure devotional service. Prabhupada says for a devotee, not necessarily a pure devotee, for any devotee, Prabhupada says reaction is Lord's mercy. Prabhupada says there is no karma. Reaction is Lord's mercy. My spec broke. I have a new spec now. You can see. So I went for books. I went in the mall. There was a shopkeeper in the mall. So I said, so we were three. One Mataji was also there. So she distributed the book. She gave 4 books. He kept all the 4 books and he gave $1. I said, what is this? $1 for 4 books? It cost to get the books also. So I told him, Prabhu, with all humble request, you can keep a book and you can return us 3 books. He said, I cannot give all of them. So I said, please take 1 book. It cost us to print these books. He became angry. I mean, we have a rule, take at least $1 for a book. Even if you are at loss, okay, at least $1 for a book. We have made it. So he became angry. He said, take the money and take the books also. I became scared. I said, no, sir. Please take a book. He said, it's my charity to you guys. Take all the books. Then that time was not conducive. So he went on roaming the mall and distributing other books. Then we came back to him. I said, take all the books. Because I was feeling sad because, I mean, we have rules, but more is like Krishna should go to them. So he said, no. This is my donation. I don't want any book. I will read it online. I said, can I give you the website where you can find these books online? He said, no, I will search. Okay, search without but it's like he was hurt basically. He said, no, I will search. So I became very sad. Then I went back. Next day I got up, my specs broke. I understood this as a reaction for not being able to give him the. Krishna is very it's like, and then many things happened that day. I just had to tolerate it. Now done is done. I cannot go back to him and say books. He will never take the books again. That one statement was sufficient. But then suffering comes. But suffering is not karma for us. Now, it's a long topic. It is said that suffering is a seed of blessing, and that blessing is the mercy of the Lord. Karma, Krishna takes the karma, and then Krishna can give it, or Krishna may stop it. However, Krishna feels it is conducive for the devotee. Prabhupada says in the purport, why Krishna gives suffering? To curtail the enjoying mentality. Somehow or other, Krishna wants us to become like somehow or other, every suffering come with a blessing. But it is not karma, it is Krishna's mercy. Why Krishna said, वापस आओ. He said, अरे क्यों वापस कैसे? अभी तो अच्छा प्रसाद खाएंगे, अच्छा सोएंगे, फिर सेकंड दिन नहीं वापस आओ. So Krishna wants to curb that mentality and want us to make pure. But it should not be seen for devotees as karma. We didn't read this verse right last. So who read? I don't know. Yes,
I
please.
finished.
Yes.
I finished. I'm done.
For a person devoid of devotional service, birth in the great family or nation, knowledge of the revealed scriptures, performance of austerities and penance, and chanting of Vedic mantras are all like ornaments on a dead body. Such ornaments simply serve the unquoted pleasures of the general populace.
So even if one does not have devotional service, whether he is whether he takes birth in a great family or nation, he perform many austerities, penance, chanting. They're all ornaments of a dead body. Yesterday I was reading a verse. I was reading 11th canto Bhagavatam. So Krishna tells Uddhava in the purport, the servants of Srila Prabhupada, they mention, if one does not have bhakti, what is the use of austerities? Don't have bhakti, then what is the use of? If one has bhakti, what is the use of austerity? Because you already have bhakti. They are telling like it's about bhakti, it's not about tapasya. Of course, austerity helps us to again curtail the enjoying mentality. It's very difficult actually. I mean, but yeah. Anyways, without bhakti, none of the thing, everything else is a decoration on a dead body. Okay, Mataji.
Then he saw the large effect of cloud. Vallabha Bhattacharya was certainly very much astonished. He was also astonished by the large knowledge of the essence of devotional service, as well as by his personal beauty and influence.
Mahaprabhu was very beautiful. And Mahaprabhu has great influence. When he speaks something, very powerful. And Mahaprabhu is quoting scriptures. The Vallabhatacharya, when he saw Mahaprabhu, was like, wow. And Mahaprabhu has such deep love. Now, actually, this one is also a slap on Vallabhatacharya, actually. I mean, I should not say that because he's a great Acharya, all respect to him. But that point of time, in that instance, Mahaprabhu is saying bhakti is not there. Even if you have knowledge, even if you have austerity, they perform austerity, sacrifice, knowledge, everything is there. But if bhakti is not there, it's like ornament of a dead body. So ultimately, bhakti. And Mahaprabhu has that bhakti. And he has everything else with that. So he was very much astonished by seeing. Yes, ma'am.
Diksha Dite Nija Vallabha Bhattacharya then took Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates about a boat and took them to his own place to offer them lunch.
So what did he do? आप लोग boat में बैठो. We'll go to Adaila Gram. So I want to take you to my home so I can feed you lunch. That's what his desire. Clear so far?
While crossing the river Kamala, she checked the blocks with black water and was immediately there in the
To I. He saw just the black water of Yamuna. and he became filled with ecstatic. Any verse that shows like how these devotees, like how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what kind of love they have, and then when we see that what we are doing, it's like humbling. So Mahaprabhu, when he saw blackish water, he became filled with ecstatic love. Clear? Good? Yes, Mataji. He became ecstatic and he jumped into the water of Yamuna. सब लोग घबरा गए, अरे अरे अरे. How like spontaneous. He just jumped into the water. And everybody was filled with fear and trembling to see this. And you see the boat, it's like, ah, Mataji.
Has to go. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went out of the water. Once the boat is platform and the Lord begins to dance.
So what did they do? Mahaprabhu just jumped into it. They started trembling. And then Mahaprabhu is like, ah, he just became kind of unconscious. So they all, and the boat was trembling in very unstable waters coming in. So they put the Lord and brought him back onto the boat. Once, once on the broad platform, then the Lord began to dance. This is his sight of Yamuna, the action of seeing Yamuna.
Is it is it is it because of seeing Yamuna or is it because of the back water and
Yeah, I mean the river Yamuna has black water for the confidential pastimes of the Lord. And Yamuna is like Yamuna is like Yamuna. All the pastimes of the Lord happens there. So it's like by seeing the Lord became ecstatic with love for Krishna. Anything that reminds him of Krishna, and he became like when one is so full. Like for example, if somebody is very angry at someone, anything they say immediately, like the heart is full with anger. On a small slight, भड़क जाता है आदमी. Likewise, when a person is so full with love, so full that any slight, it just comes out, and the Lord cannot tolerate it. हमारा क्या है कि बहुत struggle के बाद भी हमें it become very difficult for us to focus on the Lord, because the heart is not very full. But for the Lord and for pure devotees, it's so full. It's always full. The घड़ा भरा रहता है. And that's the state that we are trying to achieve through our practices, is attaining the Lord's mercy. So the Lord was so full that when they put him onto the boat, the Lord raised his hand and he started dancing. Amazing, right? Super. महाप्रभुरा भरे नौका करे तला मला डूबी तेला गीला नौका जल के भरे जला. Due to the Lord's heavy weight, the boat began to tilt. It began filling up with water and was on the verge of sinking. So what is Mahaprabhu doing? He's dancing. But he's standing on one corner and the water is coming in. And the Lord is not in external consciousness. He is dancing. And the boat is almost filled with water. And they all even try to stop the Lord. They try to say anything. It's like it was a turmoil. And this is in Yamuna. Just passing it. Next time, when he came to drop Mahaprabhu also back to Prayag because he took the Adai Lagram. He did not come through Yamuna. He said, Yamuna तो जाना ही नहीं है, गंगा के रास्ते से गए. प्रयाग में मिलते हैं ना गंगा और यमुना. तो उनका घर ऐसे था कि यू कैन गो टू प्रयाग इज अ मीटिंग प्लेस. तो उनका घर ऐसा था कि आप यमुना की तरफ से भी जा सकते हो मीटिंग प्लेस, गंगा की तरफ से भी जा सकते हो. वो यहाँ से यमुना की तरफ से वापस आ गए. तो बोले अरे यार अभी यमुना नहीं देखना है इनको. इट वॉज एक्चुअली लाइक लाइफ थ्रेटनिंग फॉर देम. पूरा बोट भर गया पानी से. पर वल्लभ भट्ट वो तो एक्सटर्नल कॉन्शियसनेस है उनका, अभी उतना भक्ति तो उनका है नहीं. तो ये लोग घबरा गए एकदम, ट्रेम्बलिंग इन फियर. यस प्रभु.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tried to restrain himself as far as possible before Vallabhacharya, but although he tried to keep calm, his ecstatic love could not be checked.
उनको अच्छा ही लग रहा था. महाप्रभु इज लाइक फुल्ली एब्सॉर्ब्ड बट ही इज कॉन्शियस कि वल्लभा भट्ट भी यहाँ पे हैं जिनके पास वो प्रेम नहीं है. बाकी सबके पास भगवान का प्रेम है एक्चुअली, एक वल्लभ भट्ट के पास प्रेम नहीं है. सो ही डजंट वांट टू बी नेचुरल इन फ्रंट ऑफ वल्लभा भट्टा. ही इज ट्राइंग टू कंट्रोल हिमसेल्फ, बट द फोर्स ऑफ लव वाज सो मच दैट ही कैन नॉट चेक. बहुत हाई बातें चल रही है प्रभु जी, ये बहुत हाई स्टेट है. यस.
देशपत्र देश महाप्रभु धैर्य आयन अधैर्यर नौकाशी उत्तरे. Seeing the circumstances, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finally became calm, so that the boat was able to reach the shore of Agaila and land.
देखो वो जो नौका घुमा रहा है वो क्या बोलते हैं, उससे क्या बोलते हैं उसको? हाँ नहीं, वो जो पेडल, हाँ जो जो भी बोलते हैं उसको, हैंड पेडल जो भी बोल दो, वो खुद ही गिरने वाला है बेचारा. जब आप देखो पिक्चर में, जब उसका ये हालत है, हाउ विल ही गेट द बोट ऑन टू द शोर. वो पहले सोच रहा है कि बोट को डुबोने से बचाए कैसे. सो महाप्रभु काम्ड हिमसेल्फ. तो वो फटाफट कोने में ले बोट को, पहले जान बचाओ. So that they could reach the shore of Arail. It's very close, but seems like boat is the way to get there at that time. And अभी तो ऑटो रिक्शा ही चलेगी. Okay. Yes.
In his association, after arranging for his lot, Bhattacharya took the lot to his own.
So this is also very nice that he was astonished by Mahaprabhu's devotion. Naturally, when you see somebody who has lot more devotion in yourself, even if we are very proud, humility comes. When we see our spiritual mother, like great. And so he wanted to be with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all the time. By to give him protection, because Mahaprabhu can do something, again jump back, and then he may harm himself. So fearing for the Lord's welfare. Just think about Lord's welfare. Vallabha Bhattacharya stayed in his, that's great actually, great quality. He stayed in his association. So after arranging for his bath, whose bath? Then he made Mahaprabhu take his bath. Then Vallabha Bhattacharya took him to his own house.
अपने कर यात्रा देगा आगे रक्षाबंधन. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived at his home, Vallabha Bhattacharya again greatly pleased, a nice sitting place, and personally washed his feet.
Dila Divya Asana. Great asana he gave to the Lord, and then he washed the feet of the Lord. That's great. And Bhattacharya brought him to his home.
हम स्वंसे से जाला मस्तक के दारिला नूतना कॉपी न बही भाषा earlier. Vallabha Bhattacharya and his whole family then sprinkled the water over their heads. They then offered the Lord new underwear and outer garments.
Kaupina Bahirvasha Parai. They took the water that washed the feet and sprinkled on the head of his whole family. Prabhupada says in the purport there, that time he had one son. Later on comes Vithaleshwar, who became the next leader of Pushtima. Later on, he did not meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That time he was very young, Hallavata newly married one, and nobody knows him in a way. Later on, he had one more son. Then he went. Then he became purified by Mahaprabhu's mercy in Puri, and then his his divinity started when he became pure. Yes, Mata.
Kalabacharya worshipped the Lord with great pomp, offering sweets, incense, flowers, and lamps, and with great respect he introduced Balabhadra Bhattacharya, the Lord's Tuku.
Great respect he showed. He washed his feet, performed arati to him, incense, scent, great pomp and show, and then he asked Balabhadra Bhattacharya, "You cook." That is also sign of his humility that he did not. He's a Brahmana, but he didn't cook. He was that is great respect actually. He asked his servant, "You please cook," with great respect. He asked. Amazing.
Shankara Prabhu and Snehaya Kami Rupa Goswami Baye Haraila Bhojani. Thus Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was offered lunch with great care and affection. The brothers Rupa Goswami and Sri Vallabha also offered food.
उसको उनका रिएक्शन क्या था पता नहीं. Rupa Goswami अनुपम का रिएक्शन क्या, but they all were there with the Lord all the time. And then Mahaprabhu was offered lunch with great care. And then Rupa and Vallabha, Sri Vallabha, were also offered food. Krishnadas was the Brahmana, Kshatriya Brahman from Vrindavan. So he first offered the lost eminence to Rupa Goswami, then to Krishnadas. That's great. Then the Lord was given spices, and then he was made to rest, and Vallabha Bhattacharya personally massaged the legs of the Lord. Great, right? तभी तो इतना कुछ कर पाए वो, क्योंकि महाप्रभु का सेवा करने का मौका मिला पर्सनली. मसाज द लेग्स ऑफ द लॉर्ड मीन्स चरण धूलि मिला. महाप्रभु फीट वॉश करके सर पे लिया. फायदा तो होगा. महाप्रभु बाद में ना, he didn't allow anybody to take water from his feet or wash his feet. He washed. Great, right? Yes, sir.
When Bhattacharya, Vallabha Bhattacharya was massaging him, the Lord asked him to take the prasad. After taking the prasad, he returns to the lotus feet of the Lord.
So Mahaprabhu asked him when he was massaging the feet of the Lord. Mahaprabhu said, "You also go and take prasad." He took prasad, again came and returned at the lotus feet of the Lord. One more thing that we can learn from here is, I mean, we are also proud, right? Anybody who has no pride in their heart. No, everyone. Mataji, you also have pride. I know we all have pride. But then he also has pride. But then he humbly served. Now, this is also more like a medicine, is serving devotees, serving the Lord, devotional service. And just by doing that, he received a lot of mercy. So no matter what is our state, we also have hope in that way. And another time he was like, he really like spoke many things that Mahaprabhu was really displeased later on. Then Mahaprabhu purified him further. Ultimately, he became pure. So that's how we also have hope. No matter, we are all coming with our own, what do we say, lifetimes of samskar and whatever else we are coming with. But then our hope is render devotional service to the Lord, to the devotees of the Lord. This also shows that although one may be very proud in the heart, one may still render a humble service externally. Correct, right? I mean, he has a lot of pride in the heart. Mahaprabhu hinted him, you are great, they are like low caste people. So he has a lot of pride in the heart. But externally, he is doing the right thing. And by that externally doing, although his heart has a lot of pride, he was not acting on it. He was acting on the Lord's humble menial service with that attitude. He got a lot of blessings. Ultimately, I mean, we are who we are, but we can act in a way that we can attract the mercy of the Lord. While performing devotional service, can we work on our anarthas? Mataji, I feel like anarthas will take their own time to go, generally speaking. But while performing devotional service, when something or other comes out, then we can cry in front of the Lord. And by crying in front of the Lord, Lord will temporarily subside that anartha in such a way as if it doesn't exist. And then Lord will give us focus only on continuing performing devotional service. It's actually devotional service only which will purify. But then when it comes out, and that comes out once in a while, that may come out for various reasons. Either my personal experience, either a devotee is pleased, or something that we did that displeased the Lord or his devotees. Something. And then the same anartha becomes like captures our consciousness. And then we like, but then again, it's like waves. Again, slowly the effect of that whatever is happening goes away. And again, it doesn't come to our mind and we can focus on devotional service. And then again it becomes becomes covered, and we feel become like now we can focus more on devotional service. Then the anartha goes away much quickly. How fast our anartha goes away is based on how absorbed we are in our Krishna consciousness. And it just our process, like Prabhupada says, is we focus on worshipping Krishna, devotional service, and the byproduct that goes away. But it's not that it's hidden, but it can come up once in a while. Maybe just pride may come. Oh, now I'm doing very nice. And suddenly we see like, it's like anything can just, any external, either a thought or an action or something can bring the anarthas pop up again. And again they go back. But when they are very strong on us, the only hope is crying. Another thing is, devotees' mercy can really help us cross, even though by by normal cycle we may have to go through this much amount of struggle, suppose. And if a devotee mercy comes, then this whole cycle is like gone. Like one devotee, one thing is Guya Makrati Prichati helps. Guya Makrati Prichati. One devotee called and he said, Prabhu, so much struggle, and this is like, it's like my life has become hell now. So I told him, Prabhu, you share with somebody. And I told him whom to share. Then he shared Then he said, I'm feeling much better now. So some way or the other, when devotee becomes merciful unto us, then devotee will Krishna, please help. That one word, Krishna is like, I need to help. Like Prabhupada says, Srila Prabhupada says, even if one, like he says for Western world, even if one is breaking all four regulative principles, by the mercy of devotees, they can still make very quick advancement despite of breaking all regulative principles. All Prabhupada would do is, Krishna, please help. So it's just, like, and mercy is, mercy comes through service, especially when we have a mood of serving devotees. And then through service to devotees, the devotees become indebted. Just like Krishna is indebted through service. Likewise, devotees are indebted to service. You tell somebody, please pray for me. It's like, tape recorder. You got everyone like start tape recorder. Please pray for me. Please pray for me. Please pray for me. Please. No prayers, no mercy come from that. And the devotee says, Krishna, please help them. But devotee also does not say from the heart. Understood the difference? But if you actually make the devotee indebted to you by service attitude, then even if you don't say anything, the devotee says, Krishna, if I had done anything, please give all mercy to this devotee because I am indebted. So through service you please, and through pleasing you overcome a lot of obstacles. You are supposed to read. You read already? Okay. Did we read this? Not yet. Not yet, right? हेना काले आइला रघुपति उपाध्याय तिरुहिता पंडिता बड़ा Vaishnava Mahashaya. At that time, Raghupati Upadhyay of the Tiruhita district arrived. He was very learned scholar, a great devotee, and a respectable gentleman. So, where is Mahaprabhu right now? Huh? Taking rest. And where? At the house of Vallabha in Adailagram. And that time, who came to Vallabha's home? Raghupati Upadhyay was a Brahmana of Tiruhita district arrived. He was a learned scholar, a great devotee, and respectable gentleman. Like Vaishnava, great Vaishnava. He came to meet the Lord. All right, at the house of Vallabha. Vallabha is there. Mahaprabhu is like, okay.
Because they were first offered with respect to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the Lord gave him his blessings saying, always stay in Krishna consciousness.
कभी लगता है कि यार वहां पे होके एक शब्द मिल जाता ना, जीवन कितना आसान हो जाता. I would have been so simple. He offered respect to Lord, and Lord said, Krishna Mati Rahu. Krishna Mati means let your intelligence always be absorbed in Krishna. Mati is intelligence. Krishna Mati Rahu. Let your intelligence be always remembered. May you always remember Krishna. Or always stay in Krishna consciousness. Yes. Amazing. Mahaprabhu's blessing means kya hoga? Yes.
Ananditahaya Upadhyayera Manaprabhu Tandre Koti Maha Kshemara Varma. Raghupati Upadhyaya was very pleased to hear the Lord's blessings. The Lord then asked him to describe Krishna.
So he was very happy. Krishna Mati. Then Mahaprabhu asked him, what did he say? Tell me something about Krishna. Mahaprabhu asked Raghupati Upadhyaya. First he says, may you always remember Krishna. Now he says, now tell me about Krishna. It is said Mahaprabhu used instruments. He empowered and then he spoke through them. Through Ramananda Roy, through Rupa Goswami, through Haridas Thakur Nam Tattva, through Ramananda Roy Prem Tattva, through Sanatana Goswami Sambandha Tattva. In that way, he spoke through his devotees. So he has Upadhyay. So when Mahaprabhu says, you speak, Mahaprabhu empowers also. And perfect words will come from their mouths. That is why Prabhupada also says when some devotee and gives us service, then devotee also gives the empowerment to do the service. And this comes from Mahaprabhu Leela only. Mahaprabhu says Mahaprabhu will empower. So Prabhupada would tell devotees, Prabhupada will empower devotees. How many of us today have the strength? I mean, I don't have. Prabhupada would tell them, please distribute my books. Morning till night, they can stand out and distribute books. You know that, right? They'll go at 7 a.m. They'll come back at 7 p.m. Who all will go? Except one pujari, everybody will go. Every temple had how many? So many devotees that they had to sleep on the stairs. You know, that time. Who has that strength today? If I go for 1 hour, I feel like, आज का कोटा तो. Who has the strength to do it? Correct, right? But Prabhupada जब बोलते थे ना, तो Prabhupada empower कर देते लोगों को. जब Prabhupada गए ना, तो मिशन को कितना स्ट्रगल हुआ. सब कुछ छूट गया actually. During Prabhupada time, everybody would live in temple. Prabhupada said there is one problem I cannot solve. Prabhupada said I can solve all the problem. But he said one problem I cannot solve. He said I want all my men to stay brahmachari and all the women to get married. Because I want all my men to stay brahmachari, all my women to get married. And he said this is one problem I cannot solve. प्रभुपाद जी का वो हम लोग समझ नहीं सकते उनका इन्फ्लुएंस एक्चुअली उन्होंने जो कर दिया ना अभी पॉसिबल नहीं है प्रभु जी कोई मतलब इट्स वेरी just unseen, unheard. Kalakanda Prabhu said when Prabhupada was there, when he was doing, everybody thought the whole world will be taken over by Krishna consciousness in 5 years to come. And everybody thought if you tell anybody Krishna is God, they will accept and they will join, shave head and they will join the temple. And Kalakanda Prabhu said that was normal. You tell somebody, they will listen, they will buy the books, they will join the temple also. Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj would say, last 3 months, these 30 brahmacharis were made. Yeah. Matlab just the power of Srila Prabhupada and the empower of Srila Prabhupada, empowerment. And then when Prabhupada left, Kalakanta Prabhu says, we realized actually what was happening was very abnormal. Now we see the normal state of the world. But during Prabhupada's influence, everybody thought, this is how Prabhupada could empower his devotee group. आप 3 लोग जाइए, आप इंग्लैंड को टेक ओवर कर दो, आप बिहार टेक ओवर कर दो, वो टेक ओवर कर भी दिए. वो अकेले जाके प्रभु क्या एम्पावरमेंट. इसलिए प्रभुपाद बोले मेरे जाने के बाद सब लोग स्ट्रगल करोगे. 70-20% लेफ्ट इसका, बाकी बचे हुए उन्होंने मूवमेंट को उठाया वापस. बट इट वाज अ ग्रेट स्ट्रगल. न्यू वृंदावन बाहर निकल गया और बहुत सारे केसेस आने लगे. सब लोगों के जो अनर्था से बाहर आने लगे. यहाँ पे कहीं चाइल्ड मोलेस्टेशन हो रहे थे, न्यू वृंदावन में केसेस हुए थे. हर जगह प्रॉब्लम्स, सन्यासीज के अफेयर्स चल रहे हैं. बहुत कुछ हुआ प्रभुपाद जी के जाने के बाद. कोई समझ नहीं पाया जब प्रभुपाद जी, when प्रभुपाद जी was there, people thought it's okay, it's normal, this is the power of Krishna consciousness. They could not know the power of bhakt of Krishna consciousness. Great, right? Otherwise the next 10,000 years only one deity will be there in the temple for next 10,000 years, that is Srila Prabhupada. Krishna has given him that position. So Prabhupada, Prabhupada said, Krishna told me to go. I said, no, I will not go. These are not pastime stories and some imaginary mythological stories. Prabhupada, Prabhupada. When Prabhupada speaks, a lot of divinity actually. Prabhupada words, you can see that, wow. Today I was listening while driving. One lady came. So the devotees introduced, she is helping the society so much. And she is like this and this and this. So Prabhupada asked her, so what problems are you trying to solve? One question. She's helping the society, social worker, given her life. So Prabhupada asked her, what problem are you trying to solve? She said, still don't know what problems I'm trying to solve. Prabhupada said, there are four problems: birth, old disease. Sounds good. If you meet a social worker, bro, who has dedicated her life or doing someone service, Prabhupada says, so what problem are you trying to solve? Then she said, Swamiji, only you can solve those problems. So she has another assistant. She asked Prabhupada, but that is inevitable, right? Then Prabhupada said, you can avoid that also. Straight कोई भी उनके सामने हिल जाता है ब्रो. प्रॉपर नहीं हिलते. दुनिया हिल जाती है. Great actually. Everything Prabhupada speaks is great. Scriptures also says that um, after Mahaprabhu's disappearance, the incarnation of the Kali Yuga, the Senapati will come and he will spread Krishna. He will take the message of that incarnation of Godhead and spread it all over the world. That's Senapati Srila Prabhupada. When Raghu, who was supposed to read? We read it? Not yet.
No.
For diversion.
When Ragupati was requested to describe Krishna, he began to recite some aspects he had personally composed about Krishna's pastime. Hearing those verses, Satyam Mahaprabhu was into strategy.
What do you feel? What does Mahaprabhu discuss when he meet anybody? वो मंदिर कैसा चल रहा है, उनका प्रचार कैसा चल रहा है, वहां पे क्या चल रहा है? What is Mahaprabhu general discussion? He asked Vallabha Bhatta. He met Vallabha Bhatta, and then it is said Mahaprabhu Vallabha Bhatta discussed about Krishna, and Mahaprabhu went into ecstasy, and he was trying to check. He could not check, and then he came, Raghupati Upadhyaya, and what did he tell him? Compose some verses about Krishna. I don't know how many of us can follow the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya. How many times we meet somebody and we say, "Prabhuji, Krishna के बारे में बताओ." How frequently did it happen when you meet somebody? Would you please tell us something about Krishna? कभी होता है कभी कोई कृष्ण के बारे में बोल रहा है ना, बोल रहा है कृष्ण के बारे में बोल रहा है, छोड़ो यार, कृष्ण के बारे में बोल, कोई बात नहीं. It is actually very, I mean, always Mahaprabhu, whoever he meets, tell us about Krishna. Tell me something about Krishna. Whether it's Ramananda Roy, वो किसी को भी पकड़ते हैं, कृष्ण के बारे में सुनते हैं. हरिदास ठाकुर, होली नेम के बारे में बताइए. या तो शिक्षा देते हैं जैसे रूप सनातन गोस्वामी को, या उनको एम्पावर करके कृष्णा के बारे में कन्वर्सेशन करते हैं. सेम विद रामानंद रॉय, स्वरूप दामोदर गोस्वामी. एट द एंड जस्ट डिस्कशन अबाउट कृष्ण. And this Raghupati Upadhyaya was also very, we will finish in 2 minutes and then we can do some kirtan. We didn't do in the beginning because Vamsi Gopal was there. मैंने कहा जी क्या करें, कीर्तन कर, चलो कीर्तन बाद में करते हैं, पहले कथा चालू कर देते. Okay. Yes.
Ragupati Upadhyaya recited those who are afraid of material and worship the Vedic literature. Some worships Prati, the corollaries to the Vedic literature, and other worship the Mahabharata. As far as I am concerned, I worship Krishna's father, Maharaj Nanda, in whose courtyard the Supreme Personality of God, the absolute truth is played.
So Raghupati Upadhyaya first glorified Maharaj Nanda. He said some worship scripture, some worship, some, those who are afraid of material existence, worship the Vedic literature. Anybody afraid of material existence? Afraid. Raise your hand if you are afraid of material existence. उठाओ ना उठाओ, मैं भी सोच रहा हूँ कि मैं afraid really हूँ कि नहीं हूँ. तो वो ढाई से बाकी लोग confident है कि no, we are not afraid of material existence. So it is said that those who are afraid of material existence, what do? Some worship Vedic literature, some worship Smriti, Some worship Mahabharat. As far as I am concerned, I worship Krishna's father Maharaj Nanda, in whose courtyard Krishna is playing. This is a glorification of, you know. What is the effect of if you become afraid of material existence? What will happen? What are the symptoms of somebody who is afraid of material existence? Huh? Take shelter of the holy name of some devotional element. Feel like we are the body, we are the control. I mean, we understand something else than where we are acting on, and then we feel like अरे यार पता नहीं कब. So fear, जब fear आता है ना, आपको डर लगता है एक्चुअली इस भौतिक संसार से कि कब पतन ना हो जाए. कब पतन हो जाएगा पता भी नहीं चलेगा. तो जो लोग अफ्रेड होते हैं ना, वो क्या करते हैं, वो भगवान का आश्रय जैसा बोलते हैं कि भगवान मदद करो, पतन ना हो जाए. एनीवन अफ्रेड ऑफ फॉलिंग डाउन? नोबडी इज अफ्रेड ऑफ फॉलिंग डाउन, है ना. पतन ना हो जाए. प्रभुपाद जी क्या बोलते थे? अरे प्रभुपाद जी तो वो क्या, प्रभुपाद जी है वो. और उसके बावजूद वो क्या बोलते थे? कृष्णा प्लीज प्रोटेक्ट मी फ्रॉम, या फ्रॉम योर मटेरियल एनर्जी, फ्रॉम माय, कृष्णा प्लीज प्रोटेक्ट मी. वो क्यों बोलेंगे कृष्णा प्लीज प्रोटेक्ट मी? यू सी इज फियर. प्रभुपाद जी आल्सो हैड फियर. जब वो वेस्टर्न वर्ड आए ना, तो प्रभुपाद जी आल्सो हैड फियर, क्योंकि वेस्टर्न कल्चर काफी अलग था. Yesterday, Prabhupada was mentioning the devotees in India, they are criticizing me for creating Brahmacharini ashram for women. Why did he create? And then Prabhupada said, then I was thinking that I will get a lot of criticism, but if they don't come to the ashram and they don't stay here like Western, then they will be devoid of Krishna consciousness. How will they take up Krishna consciousness? So can I not give them a chance to become Krishna conscious? I cannot do that. So I'm okay to take criticism, but I want all boys and girls to take up Krishna consciousness. Great, right? There is no brahmacharini ashram in India. No woman on the altar. There are very strict rules. So Prabhupada ji बोले कि no mixing of boys and girls. In Western culture, you see, लोग साथ में रहते थे. मतलब Indian culture is very good because even our temple, ladies this side, gents this side. पर even हमारे कृष्णा हाउस में जो तुलसी आती होता है ना, साथ में. इट्स, क्योंकि आप बोलोगे ना अगर माता जी को, यू वेट, वो दोबारा कृष्णा हाउस नहीं आएंगे. एक लाइन एक माता जी ने पढ़ा, कृष्णा बोले एक कुछ लाइन बाबा जी बोलते हैं, छोड़ दिया. एक लाइन, इतना मतलब इक्वालिटी का प्रिंसिपल छोड़ दिया. मुझसे आके बोले कि डू यू सपोर्ट दिस और नॉट? आई सेड व्हाटएवर प्रभुपाद सेज आई सपोर्ट. कभी मेरा चेहरा भी नहीं देखा. मतलब जस्ट दैट प्रिंसिपल ऑफ इक्वालिटी. पर भगवान की कृपा से 4-5 महीने बाद वापस आ गए. तो बोले श्याम आई एम सॉरी. वहां पे क्या है ना, वहां पे प्रभु जी माता जी नहीं चलते. वहां पे दे कॉल मी श्याम. श्याम आई एम सॉरी आई हैव टू से दैट. मैंने कहा नो प्रॉब्लम, हैप्पी दैट फाइंडिंग शेल्टर विद कृष्णा. अभी आ रहे रेगुलर आ रहे हैं. पर उस एनवायरनमेंट में आप उनको बोलो bro, because I'm seeing that it just doesn't work there. It's not our Vedic culture. So when Prabhupada came, Prabhupada revolutionized everything. Just because he said, how can I not give opportunity to these ladies to become Krishna conscious? Or Krishna consciousness means limited to the temple only that time. जो बाहर रहते थे वो ऐसा माना जाता था. सारे भक्त लोग तीनों प्रभुपाद बोलते थे, I want my devotees to wear coat and tie and be in this world, but nobody would do that. So लोग मंदिर में ही रहते थे. But now the situation has changed quite a bit. But there was a time Prabhupada was there actually. Okay. Mother, is it your turn? Smita Krishna. Sudhir? I don't know that person. Yes, sir.
आगे कहा प्रभु विद्या उपाध्याय महिला रघुपति उपाध्याय नमस्कार करिला. Then Ragupati Upadhyaya was requested by the Lord to recite more. He immediately offered his respects to the Lord and granted his request.
So, what did Mahaprabhu say? कृष्ण के बारे में कुछ बताओ. So, what did he say? He spoke what he composed about glorification of Krishna. मतलब पहले से ही बहुत अच्छे भक्त थे, तभी महाप्रभु ब्लेसिंग दिए कि कृष्णा मती रहो, always stay in remembrance of Krishna. Then he composed one of the verse which glorifies the importance of or worship of Nanda Maharaj. And then what Mahaprabhu said, आगे कहा, बोले कृष्णा के बारे में बोलते रहो. Then what did Raghupati Upadhyay do when Mahaprabhu asked him to say more? What did he do? First, he said, Raghupati Upadhyay Namaskara Kaila. He paid his obeisances and then he started speaking more. Yes. We'll finish this round. Then we'll. So Raghupati Upadhyay composed a verse. That verse says, who will believe me if I say Krishna Supreme Personality of Godhead is going behind the gopis? Who will believe? It's just, he composed a verse. Okay. So some verse on Krishna consciousness. Yes, Mata.
Hare Krishna Leela, Prema Veshe Prabhuda Deha Mana. Hallelujah. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested Raghupati Upadhyaya to continue speaking about the pastimes of Sri Krishna. Thus the Lord was absorbed in ecstatic love and his mind and body slackened. Our minds and bodies are always engaged in material activities. When they are activated on the spiritual platform, they slacken on the material platform.
So mind and body slackened means like that, like absorbed in devotion. So Prabhupada says our mind and body are not slackened, they're very active. But when we engage in devotional mood, then the mind and body and senses become slackened. It is said that the senses becomes like an elephant whose fangs are from poison has been taken from those fangs. Senses become like that. Otherwise, senses are usually very intense desire to enjoy. But when one becomes absorbed in devotion, like Mahaprabhu is telling, then the senses are still perceiving food, ear, eyes, nose, jo bhi hai, sense of touch, everything is still there. But it's like they don't have any desire to enjoy. They become slackened. The mind becomes slackened, the senses become slackened. And they are just absorbed in that internal mood of devotion of Krishna. Clear? And what was Mahaprabhu's reaction when he heard the verses about glorifying Lord Krishna? He became ecstatic. His mind became very absorbed in Krishna. पर हम लोग जब सुनते हैं ना तो हमारा क्या होता है? अगला क्या बोलेंगे? कुछ होता नहीं है उन लोगों को एक्चुअली, राइट? उनको बहुत कुछ होता है, हमें कुछ नहीं होता. हमें लगता है चलो अभी खत्म करो जल्दी से. यस. See, रघुपति उपाध्याय को वो रिलेशन हुआ, बट वल्लभ भट्ट को रिलेशन नहीं हुआ. हाँ, क्योंकि इनका ऑलरेडी भक्ति बहुत हाई था रघुपति उपाध्याय का. So he understood that he also saw the astonishing symptoms of prema, but he was just astonished. When Raghupati Upadhyaya saw, he thought this must be Krishna. This cannot be a normal human being. Hmm. Last verse.
Of all the Krishna is, please do not kill him is the best. Ragupati Upadhyaya said, Madhukutama, Mathura Bhatt, and certainly the best. Lord Krishna has many forms and is located in the Advaitam, Achyutam, Ananda, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has Ragupati Upadhyaya, which form was the best after Lord Krishna. Krishna's language of God, and he immediately prayed that the supreme form was Samachandra. In the form, Krishna said, "Go in the three places and holds his feet."
And this is actually the purport is long. It continues in next one or two verses. So we'll discuss this next. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
His Divine Grace Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. God Bhaktivinoda ki jai. God Mandi. Thank you very much. We'll end on Zoom. Thank you very much. Dandavat Pranam. Sarva Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavad.